Hi friends, peace be upon you. In this video, I am going to share my experience in the online proctored PMP examination which I recently gave on 30th of July 2020. Before I start the video, I would like to second the PMI for their phenomenal change in the examination process. Why I am saying this as a phenomenal change? Because now the examination process is very comfortable. Earlier we must have to go to the examination venue and we would be able to do the examination booking only in the prescribed timings, but now sitting at your desk in the house, you can book the examination round the clock. If the slot is available, you can have the examination either immediately or you can plan for any number of days in the future also. You will be getting one email from the PMI. That email will have a set of guidelines that will help you to get comfortable with the examination. Vital guideline is nothing but there is a link that will be given in that particular email. The link, upon clicking, it's going to ask you the PMI credentials, and once you input the PMI credentials, it's going to take you to the dashboard of that examination site. That dashboard will show you the exact timings which you have booked for the examination. I hope I was assuming that you are aware how to book the examination. So in case if anyone of you who's listening doesn't aware of the booking the examination, it's pretty simple. After you pay the examination, log in your PMI and click book exam. It's going to take you to the Pearson site where you are going to select the date as well as the timings to book the examination. Okay, well, coming back to the point. Now the place, the dashboard where it shows the examination timing, next to it you have the start button, and once you book the examination, the start button won't be enabled for you, because the start button is programmed by the PMI to get enabled only 30 minutes before the examination start time. In my case, the scheduled start time of the examination was 5:10 AM. So exactly 30 minutes prior to the start time, that was at 4:40, the start button was enabled for me, and upon clicking the start button, it takes you to the examination interface where there are set of 2-3 steps for you to finish before you start your actual examination. In the first step of this wizard, it checks for the system compatibility, followed by the functioning of your microphone, webcam as well as internet speed. In case if you find the internet speed not good, then make sure that you have some other viable solutions like your mobile hotspot or so on. Now in the second step, it will ask you to input your name as well as the mobile number. Now to this mobile number, a link will be sent by the PMI, and in this link, upon clicking in your mobile phone, there's an option to upload the ID proofs. Please keep at least 2 to 3 different set of ID proofs ready in the table, so that once you get this link in your mobile phone, start scanning that ID proof and upload it. And the moment it gets uploaded, within a matter of few seconds, if the PMI proctor is accepting that document based on the quality of the scan and so on, then you are good to go to the next step. Now in the next step, you will see yourself getting recorded in the screen, and on the top right corner there will be a timer which is not yet started, because the examination is not yet started for you. Make sure that you are sitting in a very quiet place. This is because even if some small interference comes in between, the online proctor is going to message you where you need to interact with the person giving the clarifications. So it's all going to consume your time. So timer will be running parallelly, and it's not going to help you in terms of saving any time for your examination. Of course, you are all well aware that you have a limited 240 minutes to answer the 200 questions. So the examination has 2 parts. The first part has 90 questions and the second part has 110 questions. At the end of first part, you will be given a room to do the review of the answers, and you must have to submit before going to the second part or before going for the schedule break. Okay, what is the schedule break? Let me see. At the end of first part, you have an optional 10 minutes schedule break. It's an optional. If you don't want to avail, you can just skip and you can go to the next part of the examination, which is for 110 questions. Having said, the PMP examination is a psychometric test, which means not each question carries a same weightage of marks. So eventually you may have to spend more amount of time on few questions, and you may arrive to the answer on few questions in a matter of few seconds. In the first part of the examination, I have planned to finish the 90 questions by 100 minutes, and I thought of doing the review of all those questions which I would mark for review in the last 8 minutes. So altogether I plan to finish the first part in 108 minutes. Now I would like to say the few mistakes which I have done in the first part. Firstly, I was not used to the whiteboard. I hope you are all aware that in the online proctored examination you won't be allowed to use a paper or a pen. Instead, you must have to use the whiteboard, the calculator, as well as the highlighter that were appearing in the screen. So please make yourself familiar with these tools. You may find plenty of softwares applications available in the Microsoft as well as MacBook that will help you to get familiar with these tools. If you are familiar with these tools, for sure you will be saving at least 2 to 3 minutes of your time. In my case, the mistake which I have done is, as I was not used to, for the critical path related problems and other mathematical problems, I was finding more time in doing the drawing over the whiteboard for me to understand the question. So make sure that you are well familiar with these tools. Secondly, please increase your pace. At the end of every 20 or 25 questions, whatever as per your plan, keep seeing the timer, and if you are not up to the pace, please increase your pace. The mistake which I have done is, as I had plenty of mathematical problems in the first 90 questions, by the time I finished my 90th question, it was almost 106 minutes past. So I was left with only 2 minutes to complete the complete review. Although I have marked at least 6 to 7 questions for a review, I won't be able to complete the review in these 2 minutes. Please plan yourself in such a way that you keep your pace up, so that you will finish the 90th question by 100 minutes, so that you will have 8 minutes so as to go back to all the questions that you had marked for review. Thirdly, I have not answered at least 7 to 8 questions in the first part of the examination, and I was not aware of this mistake till the end of the second part of the examination. I will explain why and how this has happened. At the end of the first part of the examination, a review page will come prior to the submission. In the review page, PMI has made a very clear of distinguishing the unanswered questions as well as the questions that were marked for review. This section, the mistake which I have done is I didn't do the review at all because I was running out of time. I don't want to cost more time on the second part of the examination, so I just thought like I have answered everything, so I just click the submit button. But as I already mentioned, I didn't answer around 7 to 8 questions mistakenly by doing a double click that made me to get unchecked on those answers which I already have given to those doubtful questions. Please make sure that you check each and every answer, and if you are highlighting or if you are striking it through, make sure that you are using the appropriate tool and get used to it. Once you click the submit of the first part, then the answers will get submitted to the PMI. Now you won't have any room to go back to your first part and do any review or to change your answers. Now you have a scheduled break of 10 minutes. If you don't want to take the break, you can continue, but I suggest strongly that everyone to avail a break because it's a stressful examination of 240 minutes. I would say 240 plus 15 minutes because prerequisite also had consumed 15 minutes, so you're going to sit in a stretch of 255 minutes. So it's good to take the break and boost your energy and boost your vision and come back with full energy before you start the second part of the examination. Now in the second part of the examination, we are left with 110 questions, and mathematically we have consumed 108 minutes in the first part, so we are left with 132 minutes to complete the second part. Now these minutes which I've explained, it's all based on my experience. Again, you can plan accordingly in case if you would like to allocate more time for the second part and less time for the first part. It's completely up to your comfortability. But I was doing a mathematical calculation based on the expert advice which I got from my other colleagues and seniors. In the second part of the examination, I got around 5 to 6 mathematical questions and for each mathematical question I was using the whiteboard, and by that time I got a little used to, because in the first part I was not used to the whiteboard, where I spent more time on writing the steps as well as doing the drawings. But in the second part, the learnings which I had in the first part had helped me to save some time. But if you are much used to these tools like highlighters, whiteboards as well as strike through tools, then I am sure that the time which I have wasted, like around 3 to 4 minutes or in the entire 240 minutes, you can save it in the examination. In both the parts of examination, I adopted a strategy where I read the question at least 2 times so as to understand the exact essence of the meaning from the question, and while selecting the right choice, I always do the reverse logic of choose and striking the wrong choice one by one, so that the choice which I do check would be the 100% right choice. This is a strategy which I used to follow, but it's up to your convenience of whatever strategy you would like to follow. Please ensure that you read the question at least 2 times to know the actual meaning from the question, because PMA is very smart that sometimes it may easily divert you thinking that PMA is talking about a particular process. Eventually, when you reread the question for the second time, then you will come to know that the PMA is actually talking about the next subsequent process. Now, after you answer the second part, please ensure that you keep at least 10 minutes at the end to do the review of the marked questions. Of course, it's not possible to do the review of all the questions. These 10 minutes will really help you to go through all the questions which you have marked for review, and if you have left any unanswered questions, you can go back and you can mark them and you can do the submission. In my case, I was doing my review of around 14-15 questions which I had marked for review in the second part of the examination, and by the time the timer is finished, so before I click the end examination, the online proctor tool has automatically ended the examination. Once the timer is finished, or if you have clicked the end examination, in few seconds you will see the results in the screen. In case if you would like to see the detailed report, you can go back to the PMA, the Pearson examination site, and in the dashboard you will have the links that takes you to view or download the detailed examination outcome report. The examination report will give you a detailed insight of your performance on all the 5 process groups, right from initiation till the closing. At present, PMA does the evaluation on 4 categories. One is needs improvement, second is below target, third is on target, and fourth is above target. Here you can see this is my PMP certification. Certification. In my case, I gave the examination in the morning. Around 9-10 am I have finished my examination. In the evening around 7 pm I could able to see my certificate available in my PMI credentials. I have passed the PMP examination in the first attempt with flying colors, securing above target on all the process groups, and I am sure this would be a piece of cake for all of you, and all the best to each of you. Thank you for watching this video. The books which I referred for the examination preparation are nothing but 2 books. First one is Project Management Body of Knowledge 6th edition from PMI. And the second book is Rita Mulke's 9th edition. Rita Mulke's 9th edition is perfectly aligned with the 6th edition of Project Management Body of Knowledge. Aside this, I had appeared for the mock examination from the PMI website. So all the best to each of you. I am sure that you will pass in the first attempt with flying colors. If you have any questions, please leave your questions in the comment box. I will come back to you at the earliest. I hope this video is useful to you. If you like this video, please click the like icon and subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos in the future. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.